Welcome back to Star Trek Fleet Captains. It's the Federation turn, and I think I'm going to be able to combine the Federation and Klingon turn in this episode because I think what we're going to be doing is going to be relatively quick. So let me zoom down onto where we're going to be doing our actions, and we'll continue with the Federation. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Yosemite move. It's going to move into this location. So we're just going to move in here. We're not going to scan or anything. We're just going to see what it is. It's a Class M planet. It's habitable. Installations at this location require one less control token to build. Wow, this is a great planet. We get an encounter on a 1 or a 2. So that was a very lucky find for our little science vessel. We have an encounter on a 1 or 2. So let's roll a die. We roll a 1. So we are going to have an encounter. And let's have a look at our encounter deck and see what we get. Dilithium recrystallization. You are able to recrystallize the depleted dilithium on board your starship, giving your engines more power. Place a permanent +1 engine token on your ship in this location. So we get a +1 permanent engine token now for our Yosemite. So that's pretty cool. Of course, I have to find that. So just give me a minute while I try and find that. And be right back. Right. So that's pretty good stuff. We have now a +1 for the engine. So I have a +1 engine token. That's going to go on the Yosemite. And now our engines are... We're going to take our action. And the action we're going to take is a control action. So we're going to place a control marker here. Because if we can build a starbase here, building a starbase in the game gives you 1 victory point. Okay, let's zoom it to the top of the board here where we have the Venture and the Reliant. They still have moves, power adjustments, and actions to take. Alright, so what we're going to do with the Venture, we're going to have them go. We are going to have them retrieve the away team, so as an action. So for an action, they're going to take the away team back to the ship, and that is going to complete our planetary expedition mission, which is place and retrieve an away team token on a habitable planet. You do not need to use the same ship to both place and retrieve the away team. That gives us a victory point. So once more, we get another victory point for the Federation. So we're going to be going from 2 victory points. Now we're going to have 3. And that was our action. Now we haven't moved yet. And I don't think we want to. I think we want to stay at this habitable planet. For a good reason, because we're going to want to do our lunar realignment. But we do get to pick another mission now. After completing that one, it's a secret mission, 0 losses. Condition, if your victory point total is less than 3 points away from the victory point goal for the game, and you have not lost a single ship, this mission is complete. Wow, that is so easy to do. However, the Klingons know now that we need to not lose any ships, and so the Klingons might have to go on the offensive to stop us. So that was a pretty easy 2-point mission to get, and we're doing pretty well. So the Klingons may have to change tactics here in a bit. We have 3 victory points. The Venture, again, like I said, hasn't moved, and it hasn't made a power adjustment. So I think we are going to move. Oh no, we're not going to move them. We're going to leave them there. We're just going to leave them there because we want to try and do that planetary realignment. Okay, up next is going to be the Reliant, which is here. And the Reliant is going to move 1 space with the Venture here. And it is going to, the action it's going to take for this turn is it's just going to drop a control marker on this Class M planet. Or not a Class M, Class H planet, but it's habitable. So we're going to control the sector of space. So that's good as well. So we're just going to finish, I guess we're basically finishing the episode here. And we can get rid of a card if we want, but I don't think we want to get rid of any of these. So we're not going to bother. And that's going to conclude the Federation turn, which was, I thought was going to be fairly quick. And so it is. And with that, I guess we are now going to head over to do the Klingon turn. So yeah, that was our Federation turn. Everyone's moved and taken actions. So readjust the camera, and we're going to have the Klingons take their turn. Alright, it's the Klingons' turn, and I think it's going to go pretty quickly. And what we're going to do, I believe, is we're going to start off again with our little scout ship here down in the Class 2 Nebula, with its +3 sensors on it right now. And it's just going to take an action, and the action it is going to take is to drop a control marker into this sector of space. Now, it hasn't moved yet, and I do believe it will now move, and it's going to move right here. So it's not going to do a scan or anything, it's just going to move, and it moves into a Class J Nebula, +4 shields, encounter on a 1 or 2, and it's a size 6. So there we go. Our little scout ship with the +3 sensors moves into the nebula, and we get an encounter on a 1 or 2. We roll a 3, so no encounter for the Klingons. That's basically the end of the turn for our ship here. It's just going to stay here. Up next is, I think we're going to have our B'Etor Rotoron bird of prey take an action. And the action it's going to take is it's going to, as well, drop a control marker into this location of space. So that's the action for the Rotoran, and it is also going to move, and it's going to move right here. So as you can see, the Klingons are heading towards Federation space. Class J planet uninhabitable, encounter on a 1, and it's size 7. So in we go with the bird of prey, get an encounter on a 1. Rolls a 3, again, no encounter for the Klingons. Our speed right now with engines is only 5. So this ship is not going to be able to move any farther. It's going to basically be the end of the turn for the Rotaran. The last ship we have here is the Makta, and it is also just going to take a move action straight into this location. The Klingons are heading for Federation space. It's empty space. Encounter on a 1 and 2, and it's size 3. So we're going to move in with the Makta. We have an encounter on a 1 or 2, and we roll a 5. So once again, no encounter for the Klingons. And it is going to, I wonder if it should continue moving. Size 3. Our speed right now, engines we have 10, so we could move if we wanted to, and I wonder if we want to do that. Move in here with the, yeah, I think we're going to move the Makta. That's a 3, so it has enough speed to move in here. So Lursa and B'Etor are together, and we wonder what they're up to. And the action for our ship, the Makta, is going to drop a control token into this location. So that's going to drop a location control token, and they are going to complete one of their missions. And one of their missions is increase influence. Condition: control 6 adjacent locations, worth 2 victory points. Well, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 locations, all adjacent to each other. And so the Klingons will now get 2 victory points. So they've completed that mission. They're going to get 2 victory points. So that takes them from 1 victory point up to 3. So we now have a tied game right now. And of course, the action the Makta took was to put an influence token down. And of course, they get another mission appearing right away. Okay. Not bad, not bad. They're going to keep that one. Now they could get rid of 1, or they could get rid of a card. And I don't think they're going to bother. So let me just zoom out, and we'll take a look at the area here and see what's happening. Okay, so that was a relatively quick episode, and we were able to do the Federation and the Klingon at the same time. And we seem to be tied right now. We have 3 victory points for the Federation, 3 victory points for the Klingons. Klingons seem to be encroaching here on Federation space quite a bit, so we're not quite sure what they're up to. Our little science vessel here is looking like it's in danger of being overrun. But of course, Federation turn will be coming up next. Our big boys are up here in this sector of space. So that's Star Trek Fleet Captains. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your subscriptions, your likes, your comments. Really do appreciate it. We were able to get in, again, the Federation and Klingon this episode. So join me next time for continuation. We'll be doing, starting off with Federation again. And we're tied right now, 3 points to 3 points. So thanks so much. And join me next time for the continuation of Star Trek Fleet Captains. We're playing an 8-point game.